Tingle Island, apparently. Well, let us see what horrors await us. A totem pole. Rotating thing. More tingles? That's messed up. Is this Tingle slavery? This is... What is this guy trying to say? Just... I think your brain is, like, atrophied from having to focus on turning this totem pole head for this guy for no good reason. Man, Tingle, why are you like this? Oh, right. For 398 rupees apiece. Yep. Here. Take a lot of money, sir. As he said, I've got two. Come on. As we have to do the animation of digging the money out of our pockets. I appreciate that, I think. You got your chart deciphered. Alright, so these numbers should hopefully line up, the ones in the guide, hopefully with what the actual chart numbers are. I didn't look. So let's take a look. We got Triforce charts 3 and 6, and 6 in this guide is Savage Labyrinth, which is the one that we did. And 3 is Bird's Peak Rock, which I know we also did. Now, I know where one of the other charts is, and it's at the location that this points to. So that seems like a good thing to pursue next, just for ease of ease here. Tingle, why do you have one of these on your island? Besides, just obliterate it, even though blue potions are not going to be a thing that we use, really. It starts raining again, right on Tingle Island, right after, you know, plenty ominous. What a location. So we warped to Southern Fairy Island. And the other one is just straight north from here, isn't it, huh? So we can do that, too. Yeah, it's just up from there for some reason. You know, only all of them. I guess that the warp theme too could be perceived as being a variation on the a very heavy like increment of, but Nevertheless, a variation of the warp theme from Zelda 1. Which, of course, was later reused for Mario 3. God, those things are freaky as hell. Anyway, there are a lot of these big boys hanging out in this general area for some reason, so I was gonna say, is my boomerang gonna come back? And of course, yeah, they ram you, they will knock you right off the boat. Why am I locking onto this stupid fucking fish? Come on. Can I get some bearings too? Because, yeah, that's a bit of an issue. Fish! Fuck off! I do not care, dude. Fuck it, I'm going towards land. In order to try to actually get a better chance of being able to clean some of these guys up, because I'm gonna need it. Well, technically I landed a hit at least, but you know, we're just going straight to the bow. All right. Yeah, sure. I'll start hitting moving targets with free aim and not with the targeting. All right. At this point, why the devil not, right? Also, the light beam is seriously gone already. Jeez, tough crowd. One more for the road, huh? Nice. Driving up right on this thing over here. Hooray! We got a weird gold nugget. Takes a moment to remember what song I need to play. Okay, so now we go 1 square over to the left. Which, you know what, show me my... Oh yeah, I gotta press Y to go back to the regular chart. Okay. This one, we've got to go onto the actual landmass in order to get the chart? Or is it kill the ships? Because there's one where you just got to kill some ships. And yeah, I'm avoiding looking at the guide again until it's a thing that comes up. This is a game that really is designed around like, hey, yeah, you need to explore and just do stuff. Just do stuff, man. I feel like this is the kind of game that if this came out today, people would be incredibly pissed off about it. Because they would be expecting to just have goals spoon-fed to them, and they wouldn't pick up on the vibe of like, oh, it's an explorative, you know, kind of... Okay, there's no ships here. Well, the difference is that I don't remember how people responded to this game quite as well at its original release. I remember people early on being like, oh, well, the cartoony art style looks really, well, we'll just say that their opinion was that the cartoon art style was kind of fruity. Because I think that's probably about the most offensive word that I'm allowed to say on Twitch to describe it. Let's take a look at what our Triforce looks like, by the way. Oh, they're actually connected. Wow. Wow. Anyway, yeah, there's like a dearth of ships in this area, so I assume that they want us to get on land. Yeah, I remember people were like very upset about the art style. This would have been right around the beginning of that sort of when Xbox was joining the console war. And you already had people who were a little too much like, I'm a mature gamer. I need mature video games about murder and stuff. And then I remember several years later, obviously people were like, oh, well, it's good basically by default of being a Zelda game. I think maybe there were some people who raised the very correct issue that getting places kind of takes a while in this game, and that's why they added the super sale in the remaster on the Wii U. Because, yeah, it kind of does. And, like, I understand the whole sort of, like, vibes-based gaming kind of thing, but also it is a Zelda game, and there is some conflict with that on a level of, like, it feels very weird to go on one end from, like, okay, it's slow, deliberate, sailing is a vibe kind of thing, to the sort of average intensity, pardon me, of 3D Zelda dungeons. That can be a little bit weird. And also because, again, vibes or no, the sailing, it can get kind of empty. Let's see how this thing responds to the Skull Hammer. It's stunned for long enough for me to stab. That's good. Yeah, give me your 10 rupees. But years later, people were obviously like, okay, yeah, it's good. And of course it was in the sort of like, it's a Zelda game, therefore it is good, which is probably a little bit overkill because, I mean, listen, do you remember what was the one after this on mainline consoles? Somebody's gonna say like Four Swords Adventures or something, which I think actually was on GameCube before the one that I'm thinking of, but you know the one that I'm thinking of. It's the one I've been roasting the whole time. So, underneath Stonewatcher Island, we've got a little micro dungeon of sorts here. Oh. Where we got to fight some enemies. We get the Armos who go, oh, which is funny to me. Okay, these guys just get knocked back by the Skull Hammer. I didn't know for sure. Yeah, because we'd already been seen last time, so I guess, yeah, if there's an actual Redead in here, which I'll assume that you're suggesting there is, we can go over there and we find out if they make the horrible elephant noise. These guys here. Oh, okay. Magnetic zombie. Yeah, I mean, that would be funny, but basically it's the idea that in OOT where Redeads first, I believe that was the first time we saw Redeads in the entire series was in OOT. And also the ones where they became the most notable, which to me is kind of weird because, like, in this game, they are significantly freakier. Anywho, yeah, in OOT, they can't see you at all because they don't have eyes, but apparently they have ears, zombie ears. So, wait, no, it's the other, is it the other way around? Yeah. No, sorry, I have that wrong. They can't hear you, and it goes as, like, motion detection. So if you put the iron boots on around them, you'll go too slow for them to really know that you're there. Although again, it's Ocarina of Time, so that requires you to go into your start equipment menu every time, and not even just like attach the iron boots to your equipment substrate up there, but to actually you know, toggle them on and off inside the menu. Because, hey, controls, what the hell are those, right? Can you eat them? Something about government seizing control of your corporation, and I don't really know what the joke here is, other than to say that from what I've been led to understand recently, Satoru Iwata's rather infamous taking a pay cut in the mid-aughts was something that was more like legally mandated, at least at the time. I'm not necessarily certain if that's like completely accurate. People do be posting, and it's not always necessarily correct. As you, I'm sure, are all well aware. For example, people do be posting sometimes that Ocarina of Time is the best video game ever, and that cannot be true at all because the water temple is there. Oh shit, I forgot about that. It's okay, I know there's more of those shuckle fucks out there in the wild. In the wilds of Minnesota. You may be saying, what does Minnesota have to do with anything? And that's a good question, Mega Man. Yeah, I kind of think the Fire Temple is worse to play than the Water Temple ultimately, but on the other hand, you know, if I come in here and I just like insult half of the game, I think that might be slightly disingenuous. I like it more than that, I swear. I just don't like acting like it. Oh, that's some big money. And big prizes too. Word on whether or not I love it yet is kind of up in the air. But yeah, I don't think the gamers are prepared for the discourse about the fact that the Fire Temple is worse than the Water Temple. Although it is absolutely a true statement that is the case. Although I guess the Water Temple has some moments of not being fun regardless of any of that stuff. Just because there are some things that are a little bit jank. It is definitely powered by 1998 technology. You know, it's probably for the better that Eternal Darkness didn't come out on the N64 or something. Maybe one of these days I'll set up to play Eternal Darkness on here. I don't know. Just saw somebody post Pokemon Blue, but everything evolves into Krabby. Alright, so I'm gonna go pull up the guide and just, because I don't remember where any of this shit is. Are you kidding me? Points to... Yeah, we'll collect all of these before we start. Where are we? Okay, so there's one more that's just another square over. Crab people. Anyway, wait. What? It should be like right over this lump. Yeah, we got some boats. We've also got birds, but I mean the boats are a little bit, well, this guy's right in my grill, so he can be a bit more of a pain in the butt. Is that boat bigger than the others? I don't know. Well, it did seem to produce a light ring, so that's interesting. But in order to deal with that, I think we should probably take out the rest of these chuckleheads. It might be smart if I deal with the cannons on the wall first. Or the one cannon on the wall anyway. Targeted? Yes, apparently, but I have to not fuck up like that. I don't actually know if that does anything, but it's interesting that we can target them with the boomerang. Jeez. Game, come on, that didn't even hit me. Like, that definitely went past me, but I guess I was like right on the edge of the explosion radius there. Fuck off already, game. Come on. Cut me some slack here. Let me have a chance. Fuck it, I'll use the sail. Alright, cool. Very funny, game. Very funny. It's not even dead yet. Alright. That's good. See, now I gotta make sure that I don't get attacked by this bird. And then I still get attacked by the bird anyway. Hey, camera, speaking of getting attacked by birds, this camera could stop choking the chicken. That would be great. That was some very interesting things that were happening with the camera. I couldn't even get a target before I could get attacked. Those motions definitely were looking a little bit not above board. I think that boat produced another... Yeah, that one produced another light ring. Very weird that these boats are, like, dropping rings of light, because that's a thing I don't remember being a thing at all. But again, I saw somebody play this game recently, and they had that occur as well, and I was like, what the hell? I don't remember that. Anyway, I'm saving just on the off chance that it's something, like... that we shouldn't pick up, you know. Like, what if it's a whole heart container buried in the water? Hidden inside of this one boat. Because I have to spin around a little bit to make sure that I actually figure out where I'm supposed to crane. Anyway, 20 rupees. Totally worth. I wouldn't be mad if I didn't get killed for it, you know? I'm sitting here bobbing and weaving between... You found a quarter! Yeah, after I don't need money for Tingle anymore, because I have all the Tingle money. Oh, I fucked up. Oh, I fucked up. Oh, now you fucked up, etc. Oh. Just let me in the hole. There we go. I don't know, if his protection is attempting to Warlock punch my enemies, well, yeah, 1 rupee sounds about right, because he ain't gonna land that before they just walk away. Ugh. Well, that was a funny ordeal. Let's... Let's do some of this. Well, realistically, I guess it depends which Ganondorf you're talking about, actually, huh? Right, but I mean, clearly if I'm calling it Warlock Punch, I'm also counting Smash Bros. I'm surrounded. Beset on at least one side by some kind of bird. I got out of the boat half expecting to hear them again. Yeah, but it's been a very long time, because, yeah, when did I last play this? Probably like 4 years ago. Alright, look at these little nerds. The killer bees. Buzz, wait. Well, if we want to find out what's the deal with the bees. Alright, can you tell me anything, Marie? Just talk to these people. Yes, we need to spark joy in these small children or something. No, no, not the bees! Not the bees! Why can't they just let me skip this part and just give her the plastic butterflies? Alright, let's... I can fight for small children. Easy. Oh no, it's hide and seek. Ah, good. Google is now trying to give me the AI stuff, which is great. I wouldn't really know, so I'll take your word for it. Anyway, I don't think one of the children is over here, but I don't remember where they are, so... Oh, never mind. There we go. You click the row, search options, and select web, and it moves all the AI results. Okay, good. I mean, there's that at least. I mean, it would be better if they just didn't fucking use it, but, you know. I suppose that just, like, being a Reddit feed instead of actually helping people... I've got to think, you know, after a point, you have to start thinking that the owners of these websites absolutely just have to be specifically interested in not informing people, or more pointedly, disinforming people, because otherwise, geez, oh man. Actually, considering it's Google, I absolutely believe that, like, making sure that people don't acquire real information would be somewhere in their wheelhouse, considering some of their other shit. Wow, okay, quit. What a radius on that kid. You know, who knows about the ulna, but... Yeah, I know, right? And remember, they were saying don't be evil around the time when they were sucking the collective dicks of the American Legislative Exchange Council, also known as ALEC. Which, you know, regardless of where you stand, I think a program that effectively does the work for our politicians, you know, making them become lazier, I feel like that's something that people ought to consider bad, because maybe they should actually be doing the work. You know, if they're supposed to be governing, they should perhaps be doing things that involve reading their bills before they sign them. And that seems like a thing that would disincentivize that. But hey, what do I know? I would rather have better choices than what I do, which means that clearly I'm a fucking, you know, a word that I probably shouldn't say on here. But one which I probably could, unlike the one that I keep joking about. Where's this last child? Here you go, look, actually. top of the entrance arch. Okay. And then they ban you. Just like if you had said simp. I mean, wait. It seems very funny to me that that is like how they decided that they were like, hey, yeah, instead of dealing with the problems on this website with its incredibly like Chernobyl level poisonous community, we're gonna punish people for using the term simp, something which was no longer even like considered insulting anymore at that time and was a self-description that people were using as a joke. I mean, I'm sure there are some people who are still like, oh yeah, you know, quit simping for, but usually when people use the term simp as an insult, it's when they're supporting right-wing politics. I mean, yeah, sure. Everyone. Is that what we're calling it now? Speaking of, is that what we're calling it now? Wow, we got a piece of heart that was foisted on us by the structure of the game. Use bastards. Yes. And you might be looking at La Habrea in his ancient form and be like, he's a little bit black for that, but, I mean, he did become white when he became a human, when he became dead. How did I say when he became a human? When he became human-sized, sure. You know, he may have whitened his skin a little bit over the years. But as we've discussed, 14 does kind of have that bit of, like, race issue. And B, maybe he totally would make that as just like a personal choice. And C, there are an alarming amount of black people who will vote for Republicans. And also, I mean, D, in his ancient form, he is pretty old looking, so. Bud. Wait. Yeah, they hit a joy pennant up there or something, I guess. Anywho, it's pretty easy to get 21 of these without real effort, but yeah, you're right. I should be about as concerned about people of color in Final Fantasy XIV as the team is about people of color in Final Fantasy XIV. Try not to think about the fact that Erenville is gonna get screwed in terms of any sort of contribution to the team in Dawn Trail. He's totally not either going to be the first one to die or get severely injured, or turn evil. Neither of those things are going to happen. Bachelor pad. Again, Link is like 8. Bachelor pad? Is that the description we're going with? Bachelor pad. Listen, I need to emphasize that no Link knows what sex is, but this one least of all. Wait. Unfortunately, we're not going to be getting the hurricane spin, speaking of which is an attack where you charge up and you spin a lot and you get stunned from it. You don't quite vomit. I mean, it's not... I was going to say, it's not Mortal Kombat. Literally, they're in one of the Mortal Kombats, Boraicho has a move where he pukes on the floor and people can slip on it. But, listen, I'm not confident that I believe in those because, I mean, he certainly meets a lot of people who know quite a lot about that, but like, and people who want to do that to him, but like, oh, that's a lot of seagulls. What if there's just a big octo hanging out right outside of this bachelor pad? I'm sorry. I find that really, really funny. What a strange woman. They mistook me for a French fry. Yeah. I should have gotten out the reflective sail. I should have realized I was in Australia territory. Just like a place in FF14 that we have not looked at yet. And instead we're going to the New World, and all I can think of is, what was the last reference of the New World in 14? What's that? Racially insensitive? We're gonna go explore cities of gold in the New World? Oh, a concern is being done. Then again, considering the Big Bill Hell looking guy that they got as the model of Meteor on the Dawn Trail cover art, you know, compared to the other ones that I can remember, which is mostly like Endwalker, where properly this is a raggedy looking dude. A Raggedy Andy. How do I get under here? Under the stairs? Probably. Just time to go crawling around this house. Oh, okay, I see what we're doing here. Ah, yes. How could I possibly forget? You know, here's my question actually, is like, what is the obvious Final Fantasy throwback going to be here? Because there's no fucking way that they keep up the 9 shilling, right? Like, especially because the small amount of setting that I remember seeing, you know, Solution 9 doesn't look like anything from FF9, despite the fact that it's clearly a reference. Like, it's not even what Garland, fuck, I think it was actually called Terra in 9 was. Like, they're actually... 9, weirdly enough, is one of the ones that has the least, like, amount of weird high-tech shit. Are they going to send us to Memoria after we just had a story arc where Memoria was an important term? I think that would be bad writing of some description. Yeah, and everything post-launch was just like, hey, do you remember this game that you could actually be playing right now instead? Sorry, I'm goofing off. But at this point, what else do you expect? Hey, get a load of this door with a butler drawn on it. I don't know why you would have that, but okay. Oh, the door is a butler and talks to us. That's... Hi. This is strange. Oh, this gets even weirder. Please be gentle on this fine door, Uwu. Even with a heart, how much do I have to, like, pay someone to commission, like, a hentai doujin with the door as one of the main characters? Anyway, there's just a grappling hook up here. You tug that and the fire goes out, which, why was there still fire in this house that was being unused? That seems like a bad idea. Also, hey, look! This house comes with a free murder basement, hell yeah! Right, yeah, I remember that there's redeads here. Do you really want the answer to that question? Could you possibly be happy with what I would tell you as the answer to that question? I think that's the more important part. Is there any answer that you would consider satisfactory to that? And I'm not talking about like a game where you build production lines and shit. Man, Satisfactory looked really cool when it entered early access. But it's literally just one map as far as I know, and that kind of makes me a little sad. I'm stuck in a 90s screensaver. Oh boy. You know, you're right about that actually, but actually I assume this just literally goes like back. Yeah, this does eventually literally just go backwards. All right, go past here. It looks kind of what? Does it look at all? Alright, well, we got some pots in here, so that's nice. Just roll at the wall to make them drop, which is good because, hey, yeah. This is where a large storehouse of spare change is. I'm genuinely curious, like, if the teacher knew about this. Did the Windfall Island teacher know about the murder basement? Do you think she used it? Is that why there's redeads here? Did she kill somebody? Let me tell you, I've got a lot of, like, ideas I could make up for, like, fake MatPat videos. Killer bees are killed bees now. Jesus. Like, if I ever wanted to be, like, maximum scumbag, I guess, if I ever were to... I don't think I could really affect that style. I don't have it in me. Alright, so this just leads... Yeah, that's back to the entrance. Something is there. It's just a rat, isn't it? Probably just running on the ceiling. Chest. I hear fight noises. Oh hey, 100 rupees. Yay. Psst. Ah, yes, nice long ladder. This to let you know that this one is a deeper hole or something. Fucking rats. Nice. Okay, just double checking if this goes back to the... It does not go back to the... No, it goes back to the entrance. Yeah. Oh. That actually scared the shit out of me because I didn't know that it was there. Yeah, there's just a hole with some corpses in it. These games are are wonderful for children. Oh, man. Also, I like how the dirt texture here is just full of, like, ammonites. Like, just a lot of them. Or... ammonites? I don't know. Helix fossils, whatever. Really, it's just that it's like that one instance. Otherwise, it's just like, hey, this is sensory abuse. But when it's... you didn't remember that they were there. Ooh. Alright, might be a good idea to get out of here and never think about this ever again. Link. How the fuck? What the fuck, in fact? I just sort of think about... the house in Earthbound. That would have one of these in it. Wow, okay. No, I'm talking about the one where... the one that you can buy for $7,500 outside of Onette. Yeah, and it's missing a whole wall. Shit, I'm... now to go look at what we're... what's in here? 3, we got that. 4. Ooh, 4's the ghost ship. Alright, so now what do I need to do to get the fucking ghost ship chart? Ooh. I see. And this one's a, like, some whole ass maze or something I gotta do, isn't it? Hey, you know something that might help? That. While we wait, I have a post for folks that I've found. Oh, never mind. Here's this jackass telling me not to fucking post. I will never log off, Big Octo. Shout out to the music breaking, by the way. That's funny. Anyway, the cannon is clown shit. Just use the boomerang. I feel like the phrase "the cannon is clown shit" is something you could apply as just like a general description of Zelda. Hey, it made a hole. Okay, so that's worth a 100 rupees. Where the where the butts am I? Where am I going? That's where... Alright, so that's where the hole is. Yes, yes, make your own jokes. Hooray! We got a small amount of what we have to... of the debt that we owe Tingle. You might be asking what this debt is for, and the answer is, I don't fucking know. But apparently Tingle really needs his money. I'm going to assume that Tingle just like straight up eats rupees or something. Oh, I must be like an inch out of range. Wow, it must be 90 degrees outside. Now, hold on a minute. How do I advance on this funny looking rock? That's better. All right, so it's time for some more micro dungeon maze shit. I have a feeling that that's not gonna be the... because there's a lot of pots here. Not even counting the one that thing just tried to pick up and throw at us. Oop. Turn on your fire arrows, dumbass. Maybe you'll be able to solve the puzzle better. Oh, so that's just going to take me to a game. Please. Pull the other one. It has bells on. Yeah, well. Just make sure that you're ready so that way you don't end up given a hand job from the Shadow Realm. Listen, I already said to the octopus that I will never log off, so... Aw, boo. That's the way backwards. That's not the way forwards. That's the other thing. Fine, let's back up a bit, because apparently I can't hit this at close range. Like, period. Oh. Ah, yes, now the Shadow Realm is coming at me with both hands. Alright. Come on. Get over here. Mr. Hands. $10, $11, $12, $13, $14, $15, $16. Is this actually doing damage? Or is it just stunning? I don't think this is doing damage. Okay, well, having these around is actually quite a bit better, because, yeah. I'd rather do that than try to land fire arrows on these things, because God knows that never seems to work. Alright, it's not the one that's diagonally across. Well, fuck me for thinking it would be the one that's furthest away, right? You fool! Brrr. Oh, right. This one? Don't need that anymore. Alright, so what's up here? Well, it's giving us a cutscene, so maybe it's the ghost ship chart already? I thought there was more of this. Yeah, there we go, the ghost ship chart. They give you the barest of description of it, because I assume they're just like, yeah, you know what this does, idiot. But I don't, what if I don't know what the word ghost means? Wow, there's just a band in here that's like a dude in a suit with like skull face paint. And sometimes he's got a saxophone. Alright, so we'll deal with exploring the ghost ship in a minute. First, we're gonna go and go north, I guess. Get the next thing. That's the last one, right? Alright, so here's the island, but it's not a thing on the actual island. Although, hey, random ice cube. We're looking for some warships to go and blow up. Apparently it's... So what, are they just fucking about in the ocean? Okay. Sure. That doesn't seem right, but, I see a couple shadows over there. Can't tell what they are. Right, is this our boats? Yeah, it's our boats, all right. I am fully prepared for this to cost my entire stock of health. I mean, I guess I could just get in their craw and kill them easily that way, but Yeah, so this one with the Centurion-looking helmet is the guy that we really, like, most wanted to nuke. It probably helps to deal with the others, but also, like, I'm quite stupid. And fighting from a boat kind of sucks. So if we can just grab the Triforce chart and piss off, then that's good enough for me. Just like C being for cookie. Yep. Alright. So let's look up and see what the moon's doing up there. Alright. So then there's just the last one after that, if we manage to actually catch up with the ghost ship in time. Alright, so that's just Great Fish Island. Okay. So that's a good fucking timing then, actually, because we can literally just warp there. Oh, it even shows us on our map. Thank goodness, I actually didn't remember that. I'm assuming I want to be near the landmass. Which, hey, yeah, great weather conditions for it. Okay, hello, ghost ship. Hi, Beetle. You're not a ghost ship. You're a beetle. It's a weird lump. Ooh, I see some blue flames over there. Which, as we all know, that's what ghosts are made of, is blue flames. I like how it's got a little bit of, like, music going. Yeah, so you just gotta, you know, steer your way into the ghost ship, and it will then do this for you. This guy's not impressed with our fancy mirror shield, huh? However, we can block his spin attack pretty nicely, which is great. Unfortunately, blocking anything that close up is a little bit rough, but we gave it the old attempt. And one cycle. I'm pretty sure all that's left in here is a Poe. So, like, literally, we can just walk into that and make it die. was gonna say, is that the only thing here or not? Oh, that's weird. And there we go. Excuse me. Yeah, sorry, my eyes sting a little bit. Alright, so we're missing one last Triforce chart, and it is located in the top right corner of the map, I believe. Yes. So we'll do this. And do this. Nope, there's the thing nearby. A thing that we don't really care that much about. I think the landmass we're after is that one there that we're now aiming at. I am supposed to go in somewhere here, right? I just don't know where. This is the correct landmass. Okay, yeah, it's more grapple the trees and then do the thing. Do we have the range for that? Not from this perspective. Also, damn, those waves slosh pretty high. Oh, you jerk. Okay, well, we have to be able to get there, right? I suppose I just need to find the right magic pixel or something. Where's that one lower? Am I missing something? Is this not? No, that's higher up. I am in the right location, right? Yeah, far into the map. So northeast. It's not like there's some other landmass in this area, right? That would be weird. Time to take another look somewhere. Okay, yeah, I'm doing this from the wrong perspective, it looks like, judging by the picture involved here. In that apparently they want me to start at the far end rock column. It just looks so high up though. I think maybe it's because it's really thin. Yeah, this is actually quite easy. Never mind. I was deceived because of perspective or something. Well, good job there, Hookshot. Wow. That shot got all the way up. Well, I guess it kind of makes sense, but also, wow. Yeah, they're doing a pretty hearty set of bombing here. Oh. I didn't even have to go all the way up to get to the hole. Oops. I just kind of went in sequence. And yeah, here's another of these kinds of mini dungeons. Where you get the, you get rooms where you gotta fight stuff. Jeez, I'm getting just dogpiled by these dudes. They love just giving you really tight spaces to fight the big Armos in. Because they know that it's an easy way for you to get the shit kicked out of you. We got the skeleton boys here. The skeleton kings. Well, I mean, I guess I should have followed it up by referring to these Stalfos, you know, more bone jokes, right? Wait. I was about to say, he didn't die, did he? Just because I got an orb. No, that came out of, like, one of the crap mobs. Yeah, that's about what I was expecting, game. Don't worry. That's not a surprise. That's just dudes. Ooh, yeah, we got more dark nuts. Oh god, there's a lot of them here. Is this 4? That is a significantly sized army. Come here. Alright, let's keep separating this dude out. Oh, crud vapors we got. Yep. We got another guy who's causing problems. Always. Unlock. There we go. Again, fights like this, clearly I need to just switch specifically over to to hold. Oh boy, these guys are causing a very specific issue here that I don't really think I would ordinarily expect to happen, which is that they're blocking each other that much. We're absolutely gonna have to spend a fairy here sooner rather than later, because yeah, the way this fight is going. I want the purple. No, I'm not getting the purple. Oh, actually, this is starting to turn around a little bit here. Oh, buddy! There we go. Speaking of oh, buddy, thank you there, oh, buddy. That was rough. You know, and remarkably not cheap, unlike the cannon ship fight earlier. The one that we didn't have to do in order to get into the Islet of Steel or whatever it was called. Iron Mountain or something. All right. So that should now be all 8 Triforce shards. And then we can go and visit Tingle and spend ridiculous amounts of money. Just that way I can find out where these weird gold nuggets are. looks over at social media, sees a post about a $500 skin in League, and people obviously are like upset about that because it's stupid. Meanwhile, I'm just sitting here like, hey, if you consider not playing League, that might be a better idea. I hope you enjoy this noise because you're going to hear a lot of it. Are you still not done with this? Do them in a batch. All right, there we go. That's all of them. All right, well, he said rely on your charts. Well, I personally say F that, I'm relying on a guide. Alright, so that's just a Greyfish Island, so I can do that pretty easily, I think. Alright, so that's like dead center of the island, actually. I can't see, though. Yay, we got a thing. Oh, that's not hard to find either. Yeah, so far these don't seem to be too bad at all. I like how this one is literally right outside the Wind Temple. Yay, we're half done with this. Oh. If I just like opened all of these, huh? It seems like it might be useful. Alright, number 4. Number 4, is that the one at Forest Haven? No, number 4 is at Outset. One of them is at Forest Haven. We're going to a lot of, like, plot-relevant places, huh? We had one at Great Fish, we had one at the Wind Temple, we got one at Outset, one at Forest Haven. One of them was at the Southern Triangle Island. I just think it's interesting how that happened. Anyway, fine. We'll rotate the wind. That's an interesting object. It's nearby. Are there pirate ships out here? That should do it. Unless we get another weird, like, potato or whatever that was. Yay! Alright. So... let's go back over here. 7? Okay, by the way, I'm full of shit. There isn't actually one at Forest Haven. This is just, you have to warp there for easiest pathing. With the main landmass. I don't think it's... oh, that's the ghost ship. It's like, what the fuck is that? I suddenly became very confused. Is that it right there? I think that is. Oh, that's not it. That's the next one down. Oops. This is the problem with me not having gone and completed the sea chart, because now we get into this sort of territory, and I do feel a little bit like a fool. Those things... that landmass is not the one we're looking for, I'm sure of that. That one doesn't look correct either. Hold up, I'm gonna look up what the name of this place is again real quick and have a look at where in this web zone it's supposed to be. Cliff Plateau Isles, okay. Let's look at this real quick. Cliff Plateau. Alright. That's what that looks like. Yeah, and that is the correct location. It's F7. It's in the top left corner of the square. Is that it there? Really? Oh, I think because the Tower of the Gods was there, it gave me the illusion that that was Bird's Peak Rock. Yeah, there it is. All right. I was really clowning it up here. And we got sharks. Well, that one took an interesting path, all right. Let me shoot. Okay, we're right by it. Let's go. There we go. Sorry. Right. 7 and 8. All right, so 7 is the 7-star Isles, I think. Yeah, it's one to the north of Dragon Roost. And the last one is Two Eye Reef, and I don't remember where that is. Oh, right. Two Eye Reef is to the left of home, so... So let's go do that real quick. Alright, so there's our landmass. Let's page over to it. Okay, it's inside the square. That's unfortunate. Now, this is, again, one where you'd probably want to kill everything, but I will just have to sit here and... You know what? I'm going to get rid of that dude, at least. That cannon has made me a little angry. Just need to spin my own camera a little bit here. Wow, alright. From fucking downtown, apparently. Less downtown than it looks. That's actually... Shut up, dude! I know to get the damn gold nuggets, you... Ugh. Granted, like, it's not that bad if you don't get knocked out of your boat constantly, and then once you do, he's like, oh, well, by the way, the hitbox to get back into your boat is 2 pixels. And I just kind of think that's silly, but here we are. Alright, so 7 is the one we're missing now, I believe? Yeah, 7. Which is at 7 Star Isles, which is just straight north of... Oh, that cutscene's gonna end and that bomb's gonna hit me. And I'm gonna look real stupid. I don't need the help, but, you know. Ow. All right. Now up north we go. Oh, okay, so yeah, the magic armor does consume your magic in this game, unlike in later games where it's... And by later games, I mean Wind Waker HD, where it consumes your money when you take hits. Which is very weird. Oh no, that's left side. I can hear that on the left side. Pardon me. Oh boy, oh boy. Yeah, this is absolutely... I don't want to talk to you, you stupid fucking boats. Well, at least that guy got. That's cool. You son of a bitch. How did you manage to get... Oh, right, because I got knocked into the hitbox of your facial region. Alright, so... we back up here, and now we're gonna grab our cannon. Yeah, the jokes write themselves, I know. And of course now it's, you know, dark as hell because not only is night settled in, but so is a storm. Also, hey, shout out to me shooting that guy's bomb out of the air. That's pretty funny. Alright, so we are slightly battered here, but where's our treasure chart? If the game could stop, like, shuffling us around those, would be real nice, but... yeah, okay, sure game. At least the... fuck, that's the sail! Oh, I'm very uncoordinated. I was gonna say, I gotta turn around for that, don't I? Yay, there we go. We found all 8 of our pieces of our triangle. And the cracks just kind of fit themselves together somehow. Well, you know what? I suppose it's better than us having to go look for Triforce granules. I will accept that. Because the idea of Triforce granules makes me a little sick to my stomach that I even came up with that. Alright, so real quick, before we go back to the toilet bowl, we're gonna go to the Tower of... or we're gonna go here. And also, I suppose we could do enough of the trading game, because it looks like all you have to do is get the sea flower and the exotic flower, which is like nothing really. And then you go talk to Zanari and he'll be like, hey, yeah, was it ever explained that the guy who looks like a culturally insensitive stereotype of an Inuit is named Zunari? I don't remember if his name ever came up. But anyway, yeah, Iceman there is Zunari, is his name. Which sounds a little bit better than me calling him Iceman after saying that he looked like an insensitive stereotype of someone from very far north. I think we gotta start this at Windfall in order to pick up the flower. All right, so over here to start things, yeah. But dude. Okay, so I had to actually... A merchant's oath, yeah, okay, that sounds like a real thing. And he gives us the town flower. All right. So yeah, these decorations can be set up in these little knocks around the town. If you decorate the entire town, you can get a piece of heart, but we don't really care about that too much for obvious reasons. We just want to be able to unlock the magic armor. And apparently it requires significantly less effort than I was led to believe. So we can actually basically do this before we go to Hyrule, I'm pretty sure. Which is great. Where's... Yeah, just hanging out in our delivery bag. Alright, so we gotta go find... where this dude's hanging out. I think he's on a raft. There we go. This guy with the Hawaiian shirt and the silly looking bucket hat and the massive pack on his back. He kind of looks a little bit interesting, huh? Well, look at that. It's Goron. No. Why would I want to throw that away? I want to... I gotta talk to this guy first? I probably do. Hey, you. You want this town flower? Yep. Trade it for the sea flower? Yes. Hey, 20 roop. Yep. Both hands. Must be a pretty big flower, I guess. Scent of the sea wafts from this flower. I don't think that's necessary. Look at how much sea there is around. Well, alright. Dude, you want this sea flower? Yeah, let's trade up for this funny looking cactus thing. I like that I literally didn't have to go anywhere to change what I'm getting here. Very funny game. Alright, well, the Gorons have helped us out quite a bit because, again, I'm pretty sure that's literally all we have to do in order to go and get the magic armor from what's-his-name. I mean, they could go hang out on, like, Dragon Roost? I mean, that's pretty tall. Unfortunately, yeah, there is still the option of the sea, and I don't know. Rocks with spindly limbs don't really strike me as necessarily being good at swimming. And you want to be the Goron who falls at the bottom of the ocean and is just stuck there for ever? Until everybody else develops diving armor. Alright, hey dude. Yup. Master, or you're not in as much of a tight spot anymore now that you've got the magic armor, also known as, wow, that really looks like the spells from OOT. Well, we've cleaned him out other than a bunch of flowers. I mean, yeah, it is. The difference is that Nehru's Love didn't have a constant drain, but whatever. To be fair, Nehru's Love lasted for so fucking long that it probably should have had a constant drain, actually. Even with its doubled cost compared to the other spells, it's pretty efficient. So much so that I usually forget to use it. Anyway, let's go get flushed. Hey guys, have a look at this Dorito. That's right, we've got one of those 3D Doritos from, like, I forget when it is. Link, did you eat your Dorito already? You big dummy. The hero of wines. When I try to have a conversation, it usually goes on a winding path, alright? I mean, wait. Alright. It's time to go, experience some cutscenes, I suppose. Oh, she's facing away from the camera. That can't be good. Not the way I was expecting it to be. I was expecting her to turn around and suddenly it's just Ganondorf. Oh no, he's gonna gas the entire. Oh, he's dropping in the big boys, huh? They got their like Centurion mohawks and everything. These are some nasty boys. Yeah, that doesn't work on them. Yes! Oh, hell yeah. Hey, a strategy is a strategy, you know? Even if it takes literally every arrow I have. And I bet it will, too. You know what? Wow, that's some fast turnaround. I think I managed to avoid getting hit there, which is kind of incredible. It's nice. Ooh, down I go. Just like Hans's mole man. Well, that's a way to do the fight, I guess. Yup, it sure is. Oh, I don't know why I went to go for that gold rupee. I don't need money. Hans solo. No Franz involved there. I did not... Hang on, I gotta set the controller down for this one. I did not pump them up. Ugh, God, I'm sorry. Let's get the fuck out of here. Alright, well, the door opened. Oh. You have to actually, like, swing your sword at the door, which is kind of, by door, I mean wall. Which, that's neat. I admire it on some level. We did it! We have successfully reopened Hyrule Castle. I mean, yeah, not wrong. Mostly when I'm in control of them anyway. Wow, what? Ooh, that hurt. Hey, you can see these guys continuing to be relevant throughout the entire game. Which I think is neat. Shouldn't need to pick this up, but I'll do it anyway. In case we get magic. Oh, jeez. That sounds painful. Speaking of painful, we got one of these guys here. A little hard to just ignore this dude because there's a grapple point over there. Yeah, I mean, at least that one is true. But if you want to fill out all of your items and stuff, actually, can you even farm blue chew jelly? Isn't there only a limited amount of that that's available in the game? Whatever. You can probably grapple hook. Great positioning on those bats, by the way. And we are across the gap after ignoring these two bats. I thought they were going to make me kill them. And here we are at Ganon's castle. Which is pretty long, so we'll be taking this on next time.